lot of us have this indescribable connection to the past. And what I mean by that is we feel that what we've done in the past that has matured with us and grown with us as we've developed more in life. What has always been consistent is the past. Meaning it's always been there. Every second something is going behind me. If I'm trying to make any sense. And with this being said, it's very interesting how every time the past is mentioned, it's always mentioned under the lens of what's happening now will never be as good as it was back then, or back then was this. And of course, as we grow older and as we tend to lose certain things, we tend to appreciate things that we had before that are no longer here. Of course, we all do. I remember I used to enjoy going outside playing with my friends. I don't really do that no more. Do I miss it? To a certain degree, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm grown. I can't do what I used to do as a child now that, not that I'm grown, but as I've gotten older, I can't really replicate the same playing habits I had when I was a kid. And there's nothing wrong with reminiscing. There's nothing wrong with it. Our view of the past is the problem. The past should be looked at as a teacher, not a relationship. The present is there to somewhat hold your hand, because the present is just as rough as the future. But the past is a teacher. It shows you where you messed up. It shows you where you went wrong. It shows you exactly what happened. And if you have the will to know, it'll show you how it happened. And it'll also show you what were the consequences. The past is a teacher. We get wrapped up in how it was before. We tend to forget what it's going to look like in the future and what it is now. We look at now with reality. But 5 years ago, we were looking at it with these same eyes, just more maturity than we are then. Now we're looking at it more maturity as compared to 5 years ago. We were still looking at it with the same eyes, just less maturity. The only thing that has changed is maturity. You probably didn't even enjoy life during that time. But as time passed on, you like, damn, how I love those times. Those were actually some great times. There's no real feeling about it. You're just passing on the days. The days are just going on and you're living your life. That's just how it is. We have an unyielding, or even better, staunch attitude towards the past. And then have this anguish for the present, and it's so weird, but I understand it, because it will never surmount what has already been done and what we've grown with. That's just my personal take on it.